Okay, I think I got the audio on this time. Hello! Welcome, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and everything in between. I am your host, Rose, here tonight with our lovely Precinct 9 Nyxborough crew. Hopefully getting everybody in. We had some technical difficulties with FantasyBot, so I will have it playing in the background for me. I've posted a link for people in our chat, so you will all hear, you all will hear, aka the stream will hear at least the music. But sadly, our players, the FantasyBot program seems to be bugged to hell right now. So FantasyBot, if you're out there, if you could please look into what's going on with it. That would be awesome. We know it's an indie team, so we would appreciate it. I like using your program. It's a good program. Couple of quick announcements. Our Monday crew, we are looking for 1 to 2 new players for Precinct 2. So if you know of anyone, please, please have them reach out to me here on YouTube. They can post a comment or something like that, or they can reach out to one of our lovely at Nyxborough D&D on Blue Sky or TikTok, and we will see about what we can do. Awesome. I think that's about it. Like we've said before, every other week, same schedule, all Gucci there. Should be good to get into tonight's messy session. Alright, let me unmute. Okay, I turned the audio on. It should be working on OBS.
Well, oh, I forgot to check.
The stream should have audio. I hope to fuck it has audio, because otherwise...
Oh, it does.
Yeah, as I was saying, don't forget audio.
Yippee! Yeah, I have the fantasy stuff playing in the background, because currently FantasyBot is...
being a pain.
Yep, it's same issue as what Kiki was having the other day. So we're gonna just not have it in the Discord server, and we'll just use the link for the time being until it fixes itself. As I said, Sealy is having some issues with their computer. They're working on trying to fix it. So they may appear tonight. They might not. Maybe they can send someone can ask them what questions they want to ask NPCs, because I know there was a bunch of people they wanted to talk to. Or we'll just hang out here for an extra week, and that's fine. It's fine. But before we jump into tonight's session, we need a recap of where we left off. Whom's recapping?
I can be sacrificial lamb. I forgot it was my role. Everyone's just like, hey Nav, you gonna? Yeah, I got it.
I'll get you next week, I promise.
You guys can always just look in the session notes. I'm fairly certain that Nav does play-by-plays in there, and you can just read from that.
I do play-by-plays there, but I feel bad. I feel so bad that if no one understands it, and I'm like, guys,
it's so good.
This makes sense
it's so
in my
unhinged.
head.
No, it's point on.
Oh, sorry,
Anyways.
I was stuck on Gorath.
Valid. So valid, though.
Scrolls up.
So pretty.
Sees Gorath. I get it. She's great. She's hot.
She
Anyways.
is. Also, yeah, I adore you. Anyway, last time on Dragon Ball Z, we find out what Nigel and Livy have been up to. It turns out Nigel's been helping Livy move back in. She was staying at Adelaide's for a little bit, but Adelaide's closed up because Precinct 2 are doing some cool shit in the catacombs. Go check it out. And at some point, Jax, our lead detective, reached out to them, both saying that the others were at the university meeting Colchard. Nyxborough University, also known as NYXU, because I shorthanded it so quickly, is really cool. It's a multi-building location, stone walls with black wrought iron gates around the perimeter. There's an iron fence, student and faculty are milling around. It's a normal Tuesday. They go deeper in and find a directory and go through a list of the named professors, and Colchard isn't on it. That is because Colchard is in fact a kind of associate professor from the Ironclad Waste, but to be fair, she's there so often, they should really give her own office. But that's for another day. Nigel calls out to a large snowy owl Aarakocra wearing a shawl over them. Very fashionable. They are another faculty member, and they let Nigel know that Colchard uses the temporary room in the transmutation wing of the university. As Nigel and Livy walk closer to the room, they walk past a female winter Eladrin in a beautiful, dark academia dress who's biting her thumb and walking past them, deep in thought, muttering, "He looks like him. Who knows what that's about?" Livy does indeed hear Kragnar from further down the hallway in front of them. They come upon a door with a name called that reads Professor Elwyn, the chair of comparative theology. The door is mostly closed, but they do hear their colleagues and other detectives in there. So everyone comes in and chats to Professor Elwyn. She's very cool. Some questions are asked. We were currently asking about Lumora, but there seems to be more questions that we do want to ask. We ask about the Garden of the Gods. It turns out it isn't a place the gods would congregate, but a place of experimentation. The garden is real in some way, but the issue is how it is and how it reacts to people. One of the many issues that seem to be happening is the garden augments people's memories when they leave. There are small accounts and writings on it, which obviously created the quest of discovery and exploration to try and find the Garden of the Gods. Potentially, the garden may have been a gift from God one to another, but that likely created when the pantheon was much larger and before the eternal balance became a conglomerate. It is believed to be a gift from Lumora to help the people, specifically a specific group who had given many gifts to Lumora. She'd made the garden on the material plane. But after their downfall and the capital destroyed, it ended up kind of causing the magnetic shift, which led to the islands in the sky. What else happened? Also, best person to talk about the Garden of the Gods was the Bleeding Quill, who had escaped from prison, who we kind of ran into. He seems kind of chill. We'll see if we run into him again. We do ask if she knows the name Astrael. Turns out she does. Also, a topic the Bleeding Quill / Vase was studying. He was chained to the Ethereal Sea, a fixed location. She does agree with Vase, though, that it's not necessarily Astrael's fault. What's happening is creating a very interesting dynamic with death and rebirth. The current belief theory is that matter cannot be destroyed, but souls exist. Therefore, when you die, your soul gets put back through the atmosphere, through the veil, being reborn into a new body, essentially reincarnation. Some people may see it like that. But some things like how you die might be the fear in the new life. For example, if you have a fear of, spiders, maybe that is potentially how you die. But this is a theory. As we get into really cool theology points, Nigel asks if there's a timeline, but due to races living many different times and for different lifespans, some people believe it's immediate, some people don't. She does say that there's a room of the gods. It was believed there was a friendship between Lumora and Astrael. Usually the gods get along with one or two of the other gods, but usually they kind of hate each other. And Nigel, who has had a following with Umbris, knows that Nadis, the Keeper of Secrets, is close to them, as knowledge and trickery seem to go hand in hand with shadow and death, as they are similar paths, but they are usually opposed to the eternal balance. Livy noticed that Professor Elwyn, when she's walking back to her desk, that her shadow lags for a brief second before catching up. They also notice that she has a symbol, all the god symbols, but there seems to be a better, well-kept altar than others to some of them, specifically that to Nadis, the Keeper of Secrets, Seraphis, the Stormcaller, and the Eternal Balance. They ask about the shrine, and she says that different gods provide different things, and she doesn't really worship any particular one. She kind of audits them. So yeah. There is a comment to fix the maintenance. To call maintenance to fix the lighting, but Professor Owen just seems to smile and wink at Livy as though I don't know, it might be a trick of light to do the shadow. Who knows? Anyway, in the distance there is the sound of a school bell ringing out. It is noon around this point. More students pour out their classrooms, making their way to next classes. Kids running around in wizard's garb that is too clean. Anyway, we decide, hey, it's lunchtime. We're hungry. We should go get to know each other and grab some lunch. So we go grab some noodles. It is about a 5-minute drive from the university. It's nice and cozy. Thankfully, some of us are kind of broke since we spent all our money at the auction. So Nigel very sweetly covers for Rowan, and Harper covers for Livy. Beautiful food, beautiful taste, and it is run by a kitchen full of goblins spicing things up, which is so fun, so beautiful. Whilst we're eating, we all start chatting. Harper, who is the newest member of our team, is like, you guys deal with some interesting things. And we talk about shadows, and Nigel wonders if there's something to do with Umbrus, but seems a little strange because even Ghost Slayer, like blood hunters, their shadows don't really lag like that. So interesting thoughts are being passed around the little group. Olivia also thinks back regarding the codex. There was nothing that they can super remember at the minute, but there's a chance it might have interacted with mirror shards from the mirror wells that we were also looking at. Harper also points out a similar situation, but hasn't heard anything that would happen there. But there are many things out in the world that could cause something for a shadow to lag behind. Meanwhile, Rowan chowing down on food. Very quick, very easy. Does notice something a little odd. There are 3 people that turn down an alleyway next to a jewelry store. So, why not go look at it? He's Ian, right? So, kind of makes a very poor excuse to his team. They all know him a little too well. And he just goes and checks it out, and kind of, puts his head in the middle of these 3 people who are crowding around a door and is like, hey, what are you guys doing? Turns out they're breaking into a jewelry store to get components, because the tiefling who is kind of planned this, their mother is sick and they can't afford the components, because to heal their mother it would have been a spell, I believe, above the city limit, as within the city you can only cast, I believe, up to a 3rd level spell for legal reasons. Anyway, Rowan don't get hit. He's just like, we can talk about this, guys. And everyone's really chill until someone pulls a gun and decides to shoot him. He don't get hit. But at the sound of a gunshot, his team that he adores very much so come rushing out, and combat ensues. It is taken care of very quickly, very easily. And Precinct 1, who our captain was a previous detective of, before she moved to Precinct 9, her kind of ex-team show up. A half-elf woman shows up with a dark tan on her badge, and she's Officer Vega. She's in her blues. She unlatches a healing potion and dumps it onto one of the attempted robbers' shoulders, who had been shot. So it scars over. One of them gets into the back of the cruiser, and the Goliath spills the beans that the tiefling Ma was indeed dying, and they hope to bring her back with a better body. Essentially a reincarnate, which is a 5th level spell. They also meet a detective who is essentially Texas Ranger energy, very cool, with long blonde hair and a high elf with like a tie and a white shirt. He was Detective Alistair Valeris, who asks for statements. And Rowan and Nigel just say, no harm, no foul. Honestly, just a light slap of the wrist. Livy, on the other hand, said, guys, you guys are detectives. The law is still the law, and tensions rise between Livy and Nigel. as they have this conversation before we suggest to maybe continue this conversation, as we do plan to go to the Annette research facility and see Rook, but tensions are still high. Livy and Harper do have a talk as they decide to drive together in one car. Livy asks about Harper and how Precinct 4 got attacked, because they were also part of the attack that happened when Precinct 9 and Precinct 2 also got attacked. Precinct 4 had flesh golems attack them. And they talk about the kitsune and the lack of leads, and they hope to get more information as we all head over to the Annette research facility to ask Rook our questions. Did I get everything? I hope so.
Everything and more.
Oh, you sound a little crispy, Dan. You might want to unplug and replug in your headphones. Yeah, that was awesome. Please go ahead and take that potion. And we're actually going to start pretty much where we left off, but in another perspective. As passing through the city street, cars and other things like that are going by. You see a couple people on motorcycles driving the speed limit and whatnot. As we kind of pull in on a little bit of rust, a lot of bit of character, as we pull in on Rowan's truck. And we see Kragnar in the bed of the truck, just cause he's a little big for the back seats. And Nigel and Rowan are up front. I'm assuming the window between the two spaces is open so that Kragnar can join in the conversation. But we're gonna start with that, with the tension in the room as you all are driving over there. And I will open the floor to you all in the truck.
Hey, how's that sound?
Better.
Okay. So, bloody hell. What do you lot think? Can you believe Liv? I mean, no one's saying let the blokes off with nothing, but I mean, the law knows when to be lenient when it's some, filthy merchant's son or whatever who's done his fifth right around the city when he's had way too much to drink.
No, you're right, Nige, but you forget Livy is a stickler for the rules. The law doesn't care about the long-term, the long-term effect, right? Go on, you saw those detectives from Precinct 1. Who dumps a healing potion over a man like that?
It's like it's just rote memory, rote routine, like.
Exactly, there are some cops like that.
It's just you put the screws to a person, and then all of a sudden you're surprised when they go off and do what they can to survive.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I get desperation. And they were, but we won't know that until they get processed and we have a chat with them. But
That's pretty
we've
fair.
also got an oath to uphold. Position doesn't keep people warm. Oaths don't fill cellars. We're trying to make a difference. I don't know. I am, at least. I hope the rest of you are, but a difference looks, pardon the pun, but difference looks different for everyone, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes it makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Those who
well,
make
it
those who are probably aiming against us, they might have an angle where they think they're the good guys. Since we don't know what their end goal is.
Mhm. As much as the truth should be objective, it isn't. It is subjective. Whose stories get told, who listens to who, whatever motives people have. Livy, for the most part, tries to be objective about most things. She sees structure and she believes in it. That's not wrong. It's just sometimes you gotta know when to bend.
I don't think we're going to be in a position where we're going to be sharing an agreement on anything too soon.
No, but you can always talk about it. Liv prefers open communication.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Well, I try not to be a. Pretty sure I can read most of you guys. I hope so. We're all friends. Ain't that right, Craigs? As he'll kind of look back into the rearview mirror and see Crag now.
Yep.
Something like that.
And listen, in the long run, no one got hurt. We intervened.
Well, except for that bloke that I shot. But he'll
heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, Nige, if you don't want to go back to your place straight after work, I mean, I'm going around to Crag's to look at his uncle's garden.
Yeah.
You're always more than welcome to join me if you want. Sorry, Craigs, I am inviting someone else just randomly, but
No, that's fine. I mean,
yeah.
there's not really much going where I'm at, so more the merrier.
Capital
Yeah, that's
idea.
fair.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, if you want, there's a spare room. We got more than enough spots there. If you need a place to
Honestly,
stay.
maybe crash for a little bit, and we'll see. We'll have to. Yeah.
I mean, everybody moved out, so yeah.
I was gonna say, it depends on how long it's gonna take me to fix up that garden. I don't know the state you've left it in, bud.
Hey, it's complicated.
How bad is it? How bad is it? Complicated is.
Do you want a scale out of 1 out of 10?
Yeah, I do. Go on, Craig. Now brace me with the bad news as I'm driving.
Let's say it's a 10 out of like 1,000.
That doesn't sound
You know what?
bad.
You know what, Craigs? If I can stop Adelaide's uncle's gardens from dying under her care and purview, I think Uncle Ben's gonna come back with a beautiful garden when he wakes up.
I hope so.
I know so.
I wonder what my parents would think about how we're moving through it all.
How do you think they'd think? You've not really spoken much about them.
It's just that situation. That bloke just trying to save his mom. And the choices he made to lead him to do what he's doing. Let's just say I kind of know what that's like from personal perspective. See, there's this beehive in the Three Sisters Bakery that I take care of. Probably heard me mention it, often passing sometimes. Let's just say, I'm hoping to help me own folks out someday. So, it's just, I could really put myself where that bloke, was when he made the decision that he did. I think that's why it's hard for me to leave. Because when all the rational choices are gone, you gotta start taking decisions into your own hands.
Yeah. Desperation isn't theoretical. People will do whatever it takes to survive. That's just nature. That's what the circle of life is. Animals, plants, any piece of nature does its utmost to survive. Look at flowers, right? They grow to the tallest, they follow the sunlight. If you change the direction of where the sun is, they'll grow towards it. Each of them fighting for every little last nutrient.
Right. And no one faults a flower for shooting for the skies, even if it has to choke out its neighbor to achieve that aim.
Mm-hmm. And when desperation gets like that, you start seeing the rules differently. When the rules don't feed you, when the law doesn't help people, right?
Right. Especially when, again, the law is kind of picking and choosing favorites. So at what point do you have to decide that a law's right versus wrong? But I suppose that's enough philosophizing.
Perhaps, but Nige, you're a good cop. You make a difference out there. I see it. In the actions you do. You're the one bringing pastries to work. You'd feed a kid on the corner of the street if they're hungry, mate. You are watering your neighbor next to you if they were thirsty. You are not fighting or choking out your neighbor if you're a plant. No, you're helping them grow. The force ain't perfect, but there are some good eggs in there. You and Craigs are definitely two of them. Lives and Harper also.
Yes. I suppose you guys, you blokes aren't so bad yourself.
Aw, thanks, Nigel. If anything, I think you'd be hitting on me.
I actually don't really much know how to do that. You grow up with someone like Vine in your life,
Mm.
you don't really know quite how to do that.
Well, they do say practice makes perfect. Put yourself out there.
I suppose. Okay, this feels a little awkward.
I think Rowan just cackles, just laughs out loud, so loud. This is really funny to him. Yeah, it's alright. I'll pick up the pace. I'm driving 20 and a 30, and honestly, if I wasn't a cop, I'd probably get pulled over. So I think we're nearly here anyway.
All right. Yeah, as you all. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna scream that. As you all approach, you see the Annette Research Center, a large building that at first glance you would almost think that it is a prison in how it's designed, as it is an old sanatorium. However, with the amounts of funds and other things like that, they have managed to put a lot of effort into changing that perspective. However, you can still see bars over some windows that they haven't been able to take down. You see there are people bustling in and out, as it does seem to be in the middle of a work day, as it seems to be actively actively busy at the moment, as you all, well, maybe not all of you, as most of you hop out of your car and start heading towards the entrance. Because I'm fairly certain one of you is not
Can't go
going
inside. Yeah.
has been told not
Rowan,
to.
would get very much yelled at if he goes inside. So I think Rowan just pulls up with the truck, looks at Nigel and Craigs, and is like, "All right, have fun in there. Tell Rook I'll see him in a bit at some point, and I owe him dinner after last time and that entire incident."
I'd say, Harper, you're already waiting at this like drop-off point. Nigel, Craig, any response?
Yeah, I was just waiting in case someone was interjecting something. It's like, yeah, no problem. Rowan. Just try not to get yourself in too much trouble.
Trouble? Me. Nigel, have some faith.
Faith is for fools. But I'll trust you.
There's a little smirk on his face as you say that. He's like, "No, you're right. I'll be safe. All right, have fun. You too, Craigs."
As you two clamber out of the vehicle, Rowan, make a perception check.
You got it, boss.
Actually, I want to clarify something as well. What is Rowan's next plan? Are you gonna go wait in the parking lot until they're done, or are you gonna go somewhere?
I think he's debating whether to leave. He's in two minds of if he could get any of his other side quests done, like go to the embassy and things like that. But he doesn't know how long they'll be. So I think he just parks in like the visitor parking lot, like, the wait 30 minutes as he's just kind of, he'll just sit in the truck, kind of arm hanging out as he's just kind of watching him go in.
Cool. Make a perception check.
How's a 12 sound?
A 12 sounds narratively perfect. As you watch each of them go in, you suddenly feel your passenger side door open, and someone hops into the shotgun seat of your car.
He'll look to this person and be like, "You alright? I don't believe I signed myself up to be a taxi service."
Now, is that any way how to greet an old friend? As you look over, you see this dark-skinned woman in scrubs, long dreads that have been pulled back in a loosish ponytail, bags under her eyes from probably working way too much overtime, and a koi pond sleeve tattoo that runs down her left arm. I think this is a moment where you don't recognize her fully, and then it kind of clicks as you realize this is your friend Cal, but she used to be a he, but not anymore. As she looks at you.
I think she sees Rowan's jaw drop, like, fully. He's usually very, like, calm and suave and chilled, but I think this is the first time, like, mouth open. He's just staring at her for a hot minute before he just kind of yells a little bit of, "Cal? You're not my Cal, are you? Can't be, you son of a gun."
Sadly, I am. And now it's daughter of a gun, I'll have you know.
It's an expression. Come on. But yes, your daughter of a gun, it's great to see you. Get out of here. Come around. Let me give you a proper hug. I've not seen you in so long.
She'll hop out, run around and give you an actual hug.
Yeah, I think Rowan also jumps out and kind of, as she barrels towards him, I think he does, like, kind of scoop her up. He does one of those, like, big run into arms, will, like, kind of lift her and, like, swing a little, like twirl a little bit with her in his arms.
She's like 90 kilograms wet.
Yeah.
You know, it is impressive that you still smell like livestock even after being in the city this long.
What can I say? Part of my charm.
She rolls her eyes and kind of fluffs your hair.
When did you get him? What?
I've been in Nyxborough for about 5 years.
Now, I'd yell at you because you didn't send to me, but I also didn't do the same. That's my bad. And he kind of sheepishly runs his hand through his hair.
Listen, we were both going through a lot. There's a lot of changes happening. Kind of looks down at itself, looks back at you. And, and I've been busy, when the research center opened, I was one of the first head nurses that they called on, and been here ever since.
You're an ass.
Yeah?
That makes sense. You always liked putting your head into books. It's smarter than definitely me, but most of the village kids put together.
Yes, and I am also the one that had to patch you up a lot of the times after you did something stupid.
Listen, Thomas was deserving of the backhand I gave him, and it's not my fault the stitches split across my knuckles after. But thank you for patching me up as always.
Yes. And I'll still do it, but now I actually have a premium I can charge you.
Oh, come on, at least tell me I get the good old friends discount.
Maybe. The other thing was, I saw that truck and I knew it had to be you. And the only reason is because, I hate to say it, but your mom got in contact with me.
Oh, God. Go on.
Something about
What
a
did she say?
cerulean-haired elf and complicated feelings.
Ma likes to stick her nose. Yeah. Well, she's not wrong.
She told my ma told me if I saw you to at least offer some solace.
Well, your solace might be needed because I definitely mucked that one up. More so when I could have run into you about 2 days ago, mate. Seriously. Or the other day. Felt like I face planted in one of the horses, just muck. It was bad. It was bad.
That's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on my lunch break, so I can at least hang out with you for a bit, but maybe I get off at around 8. You want to pick me up? We can go hit a bar. Maybe talk about it over a drink.
I'd love to, genuinely, but I promise some of the guys at the precinct, one of them's made a mess of his uncle's garden, and I said I'd help out.
You know, I'm good in a kitchen, and I'm good with a green thumb.
You wanna do some more digging with me?
I would.
I'll pick you up still.
Sounds good.
All right.
Now, tell me more about the cerulean-haired girl. She kind of pats your back, and then we'll pull away from that scene to continue later. As we pull back and we head over to the crew heading inside. You all see doctors, nurses, and some other things kind of milling about. Where would you guys like to go? You guys do know that Varen, the time mage you all had saved, is here, as well as Uncle Ben is here. And you also know that Rook, the previous head detective for your precinct, is here.
I think they're in first to make sure everything went well.
It's easy enough. You've, as you kind of like walk up to the front desk, you see this dwarven woman, big old red beard that's braided in like 3 sets of braids that all come together in one braid. As she looks up to you, detectives looking for Varen. Yes. Grabs a couple visitor badges for you all. He's currently resting in the East Wing, and kind of hands you like a chart with a map on it, so you guys know more or less where to go. We do have him under observations currently, so just know there will probably be a doctor or a nurse there when you go in.
Thank you. Did everything go well, I trust?
The charts say one thing, the doc will be able to tell you more.
Understood. Thank you for your help.
Of course. And she'll point you down that direction.
Make our way.
Making your way. Yeah. As you guys are kind of walking along, you see, there's a lot of like arcane lights that are set up. There are, the hallways are nice. They're clean. You just hear kind of the normal hustle and bustle of this facility. It's not, emergency room level where there's that constant chaos. This is a research facility, so it's very specific. But you notice almost every room you're passing by does have someone in it. And you see them, and they seem to almost all be asleep with a small IV tube that has a glowing crystal inside of it. That seems to be like a mana rock of some kind. As these all seem to be people that are under the affliction of the eternal slumber. Which, if anybody wants to make any rolls, they may.
I would love to. Just to see how much I know about that.
Yeah, like a history.
Yeah. Starting off strong with a 3, which makes it a 5.
Yeah. Fucking weird.
Oh.
Cragnar, I'll say Cragnar, if you wanted to explain it to Harper, you probably could, just in that sense of there are people that seem to be affected by something. They are eternally going to sleep, but if they at least have these mana crystals, it keeps them alive indefinitely, but it is absorbing mana from those crystals, so there's not a cure yet. There's just a stopgap. Because that's what Ben is under.
Say that.
I see. Well, one thing at a time. We'll continue towards our goal.
Yep.
Yeah, as you enter, you guys get to Varen's room. Opening the door, you do see there is a tiefling, blue-skinned tiefling, with kind of like a gray like pullover on, as he's kind of looking over some charts and stuff like that. You see Varen's kind of laying in the bed right now. He's got a notebook that he seems to be writing in currently. As you enter the room, the tiefling kind of turns around and just, he wasn't expecting any guests. How may I help you?
Apologies. We are detectives. We just wanted to follow up on this situation.
Of course. Currently, we do ask that one of our staff stays in the room just in case anything happens, but I'll just be off to the side then to let you do any questioning and whatnot. And you see him kind of like roll over a little bit. The room is maybe like 8x8 situation with a hospital bed in the middle. You notice there's a thing of flowers next to Varen's hospital bed. He seems to be in a hospital gown, but you do notice he does have like a coat over him and a heavier blanket on his legs. He'll turn to you all and just, detectives, it's good to see you all again.
You as
Good to
well.
see you too, Varen.
It's been a bit of a crazy day. They've done a lot of tests and examinations, and it's a bit tiring, but I'm still here.
Harper will nod to the flowers. Visitors?
They were sent anonymously. There was just a simple letter that said, "Hope you get better soon." I kind of whispers a little. I think it's something the hospital staff does when someone doesn't get visitors.
Oh.
Mind over matter.
I see.
There is a note that's there if you wanted to inspect it.
Yes,
I
please.
think, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, you can both walk over and take a look at it. Easy enough. It says that it's in it's handwritten though. But you do notice that it is. There does seem to be a signature.
The person who's in the room with us, the staff member, the blue tiefling, have they been jotting down notes or anything, or writing anything down as they've just been in here with us?
They are looking over charts currently. They have a clipboard with a bunch of different notes and stuff like that they've been looking over. You can go talk to them. Like, they're 5 feet away. Like,
I think, yeah, Nigel's gonna do that, but as he's, like, just making some small talk with them, he's noticing the handwriting, and he wants to make comparisons, to see if it looks...
Yeah,
Does this look like it was done by the same hand?
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me an investigation. We'll do. I think that works.
Alrighty. And that is going to be a 17.
Looking at the charts, you notice there's a couple different handwritings on it and stuff like that. As you look over a little bit more, you do notice that none of them match. You do notice that it is signed simply T.
Seems like you guys have been taking good care of our man here. Other than us, though, we didn't know who his next of kin was. And T was on the thank you note, right?
Yes.
Would you guys happen to know who T was?
The tiefling will kind of look at you and he just, no, they, if somebody can pay for it anonymously. We have a program. They hand us a couple of coin. We have a florist nearby that'll make it, and then if they want to write down on the card, they can, but we don't really keep track of that necessarily. We might be able to talk to some of the nursing staff to see if they saw anyone who may have been it, but I mean, we see hundreds of people every day.
Makes sense. Above table, we all in Precinct 9 know about Patashi, right?
Everyone but Harper, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. good to know. Doc, you're doing phenomenal work. Let us know if anyone mentions a Takashi around here. Right?
Of course. That's an odd name, so I think we'd be able to pick it out pretty easily. I haven't stumbled into any that are on that name, but I mean, we do have HIPAA for what it counts, but if something does come up, we can always discuss it further.
Understood. And as he's saying this, he's slowly walking back over to the flowers, and he's going to inspect them. From
Yeah.
the botanical know-how, he basically wants to know, are these safe flowers, essentially?
Nature or survival?
Okay. And I'm actually decent with both. But clearly better at one than the other. Nice. That is a working class 20.
Yeah. Looking over them, honestly, what you see are purple, I'm trying to say this correctly, please forgive me, botanist, hyacinthans? Hyacinthans? Is that how you say that? Pink carnations and white roses and white lilies. Seem to be what make up most of it. I'll put it in the notes for you guys so you...
Gotcha. All right. This is probably going to be a history roll, but do these collections of flowers have any kind of cultural context in gift giving to someone sick or colloquial? Do they mean something?
Yeah, give me I would allow history or nature, and I would allow anyone to roll that's in the room if they wanted to.
And to give everybody like a narrative reason, he's like, oh wow, very interesting arrangement. Try to think the cultural significance of something like this, because it's just a little bit of a hobby of mine. Oh, nice. Nat 20.
What's the total?
Total is 23.
Perfect. Yeah, is anyone else rolling? I will open it up. I know Nigel got it at 20, but like...
No, I think Harper's distracted.
Sure. Purple hyacinthans are for sorrow and forgiveness. Pink carnations are normally for deep regret, and white roses or lilies are a sincere apology. This is someone trying to apologize to Varen through flower terminology. And Varen does not know flower terminology as he's been caged up for a while, and he's just like, they're nice flowers.
Oh, funny about that, mate. Normally, when I see this collection, it's usually after a bloke does someone wrong and wants to make right. Anyone wrong you? Aside from the obvious recently.
I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but... not that I can think of. I mean, maybe the T stands for Thalor, but I don't know why this would be how my brother would reach out to me and not come see me.
Especially the facial expressions you're given. Doesn't sound like you know a whole lot about. He wouldn't tend to give you, like you said, he'd reach out to you in person, wouldn't he?
I mean, I haven't seen him in a couple of years, and that was even before getting kidnapped. So as much as I'd like to be able to say one way or the other, people change.
Alright. You're doing great. Interesting.
Confinement can break a person.
True. How is that true?
You don't have daylight in there. The only way to really track time is when meals come and when you need to sleep. And that gets ruined very quickly.
Right. Well, God's willing. You've got many days ahead where you can see the sun rise and fall.
Honestly, it's been one of the best parts about being here is I know exactly what time it is. Did you all have any more questions for me?
Not directly. Just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah. Funny enough, I'm a little tired, but outside of that, I'm doing okay. The doctor kind of is looking at the charts and then kind of looks up at you all of like, we did find something, but it might be better if we talk. And kind of gestures to the hallway.
Harper nods.
Yeah, and he'll
Let's do
kind of lead you three back into the hallway and close the door behind you. We found something odd in his spine.
Go on.
Initially we thought it was part of the nervous system, but now we are not sure. There's something strange about whatever is growing inside of him. The issue is that it does seem related to time magic in some sense, but it seems natural in nature. It's more powerful than anything we've ever seen. We've tried reaching out to some botanists. None of them have ever heard of a root like this. It seems to be reactive in some days, and sometimes it's inert and receding into itself. They put something inside of him, and if we try to take it out, I'm fairly certain that it might fight back and it might kill him. We tried to get a sample, and after we cut it, you would expect it to if it was normal vegetation to rot and destroy itself. No, it reversed. It bloomed, then unbloomed, then turned into a seed and then disappeared. Like it unwound itself in time.
Just about to assume that.
Were you able to identify any magical attributes or classes perhaps related to this item? Or this plant?
We're assuming it's highly magical in nature. There's a chance that this might even be, there are talk amongst the doctors that there is a chance that if we can figure out how to make this work, we could potentially cure hundreds of illnesses by targeting cells and rewinding them to a point that is appropriate. But honestly, it's hard to tell. I mean, what a lot of us are hoping for is that maybe if we could figure out how it works, we could help those that are in the eternal sleep and reverse the effects. But we don't know, we don't have enough control, and we don't have enough resource, kind of looking at Varen through it, that we might not be able to. How do you tell someone that you need to harvest a plant out of their body without it sounding bad?
That's kind of the weird thing about you guys being in the position of being a research hospital. Your patients are just as much patients as they are labs.
We treat them with respect, consent, and we don't treat them like they are objects. They are people. They have that right to autonomy.
As long as you all truly believe that, and live by it, perhaps there is some good you could do for everyone.
Yes, well, we're still looking into it. We're hoping. We have some people that have asked, even potentially people that are out of town up in Arendor's Haven to take a look into it. The Montgomery uncles, Jacques and Laverne, are currently up there, and we had sent to them to see if they could also look into it, but we're unsure if they will or when they will get back to us with everything that's happening there.
Right, and Varen. So you haven't had the talk with him yet about, well, experimenting on him, have you? Because you haven't quite been able to broach the subject. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, it's more that we're at a bit of a standstill with some of the other doctors and the ethics board, as there is concern that we shouldn't even experiment on him due to the trauma that he's had. Some people arguing that his life could save hundreds, while others are arguing that he has lived enough of a life and has enough trauma that we shouldn't push further. So until we get a clear read from the higher-ups, we're approaching with optimism, while also trying to keep an eye on him in case anything happens that we need to intervene.
And has he been included in this argument? Has he been given the option to volunteer?
He only recently woke. We have not brought him in, is what I'll say. Plainly, it's above my pay grade.
Well, if you'd like the concerned opinions of the law nosing about a little bit, I think you should bring him in on it. I mean, bloody hell. If you need even an outside third party to kind of sit in with his counsel, someone to, perhaps one of us at the precinct would be willing to do so. I know I would. Could bring a lawyer in or two to do things by the books and on the up and up.
I will also say Livy is here. I wanted to just mentally clarify for Seely that she does hear all of this conversation. Yeah, if that's something you are interested in doing, we might be able to.
Yeah, so I'm sure you can read the name tag, but you need a name? Nigel Nelbrook, Precinct 9.
Excellent. And he goes ahead and writes it down real quick. I'll make sure that we get in contact with you, as needed.
Also, as I'm handing him, as I was giving him that, I'm studying his facial expressions. Can I make an insight check on his state of mind, talking to me, and me definitely giving him kind of these pointed questions?
Yeah. Give me a insight check.
That's a 16.
I'd say. Let me just roll. I got an 8. Yeah. He is. Don't worry about those rolls. It's okay. I'm doing something. Anyways, he is. He's listening, he's understanding, he's tired, it's been a long day. He sees what you're trying to do, he understands how noble it is, but he also understands the amount of red tape he has to get through with every single patient, and is very much so almost a pawn in all of this, and is hoping that with time things will settle, which is the ironic part of it all. The one thing he's missing, or the one thing he might not have a lot of, is time.
Listen, I'm sure you've got a lot to get back to. Just don't forget that phrase you guys always say. Or you swear in, do no harm and all that. Just make sure that stays at the forefront of your mind.
Yes, that is the plan. We treat the patient, not the symptoms.
Anything else you lot wanted to talk with the doctor about?
I think that's about it for now. Keep us involved with any future developments, though.
Of course. We'll make sure to reach out. Hopefully we'll hear back from them soon. They've been in a meeting since 9 a.m. and it's currently 2. And that means that they're running long, even for an ethics board.
Bloody hell.
Curiosity. Did we know who is on the ethics board making these decisions? As this is an active case.
Are you asking him, or are you asking me as the DM?
I'm asking him if we can get the names.
Yeah, they're, Oh, excuse me. I don't have names for an ethics board.
Sorry.
That's our offer. I think we did a good thing picking you up and adding you to the force.
No, smirk.
If you need to get the names to us later, that's more than welcome too, but we definitely would like to know.
There are 5 there are 5 members on the ethics board. Dr. Aurelius Voss, Chair of Ethical Compliance. Dr. Morella, Specialist in Cognitive Integrity. Dr. Halbrecht, he's the Director of Biocontainment Ethics. Dr. Ionescu, Behavioral Oversight Liaison. And Dr. Quaid, Temporal and Theoretical Ethics Consultant.
I see. And where is this meeting happening right now? I know
It is closed.
It's
It's a closed door meeting. And I cannot give you that information, even though you are a detective of the law. They're currently discussing it in one of the boardrooms somewhere in this building. And honestly, it's half a maze anyways.
understood. It's worth a shot.
And what was Ionescu? So sorry, missed that one.
Behavioral Oversight Liaison.
Thank you. Well, we do appreciate your time and your efforts with our situation. Not sure exactly how to describe a plant growing within someone.
Yes, I understand the issues at hand. But we're trying our best with what we have, and we're trying to do everything that we can to get it taken care of.
Well,
keep up the good work, I guess.
I will actually if you'd like, real quick, I wanted to examine his back, if you wanted to be there for the examination. I'll check with him first, but and he kind of goes back in, hears some muttering, and then the door opens and the doctor's like, please come in.
perfect.
Varen, you've said that you'd allow these detectives here for this examination. Yep, that's totally fine. They've already seen plenty, so alright. And Varen's kind of sitting and legs dangling over the side, and he kind of opens up the gown. You, even with the naked eye, you can see these like bluish lines that spread throughout the entire back, up, down, around. And they all kind of spider out from the center, and you see almost in the middle there's this singular circle that's outlined, and then it's all splintering from there. Does it hurt if I press anywhere, Varen? Goes, presses around. No, I don't feel anything. I mean, I can feel you pushing on me, but I don't feel anything from there. Alright, that's good. Any tenderness, soreness? And you see at this point they have a stethoscope out. You notice that the stethoscope has one side that has what you would think of normally, but you notice there's actually another little branch off of it that is emitting something. You recognize that it's also magical in nature. It's doing two. As the stethoscope is also magically pulsing, like a detect magic for their ears, as they're scanning through it. The kind of pulls away. Lungs seem to be clear, no fluid, nothing else like that. It seems like there is potentially two things in here, and you see him like push, and you notice where that center circle is, there's like the skin perforates in a way, so you almost see these two lumps that are intertwined. Kind of looks at you all. Kind of closes it again. Thank you, Varen. Doesn't seem like anything has changed. I wanted to talk to you a bit about this. The ethics board is currently discussing what all is happening with you, and they are wanting to know whatever is growing in your back could save a lot of people, but we do not want to pressure you into doing anything that would be too far. You've already survived a lot. Would you be willing to let us continue examining and potentially also use it to further science and medicine? I think you watch as Varen stiffens and then slowly climbs under the blankets once more. He looks at the doctor. Just fix me, Doc. Just fix me, please. Of course. We will do everything we can to help you out in your current situation, but we cannot make promises that we cannot keep. So, like I said, we will do everything we can to try and help you. And Varen just kind of nods. The doctor stands. I think his visiting hours are over, if you don't mind. And kind of gestures to the door for you all to leave.
Not at all. Thank you for your time, and thank you, Varen, for trusting us.
Much appreciated.
Of course. If you do find my brother, tell him I miss him, and tell him I love him.
Of
Of course, mate. It's the least we can do.
Thanks. No, get out of here. Getting a little tired. And you can see there's some water kind of around the eye. As you all head out. With that, we will pivot back to the truck now. Rowan and Cal going back to their conversation. So, you've been through a bit of the shitter, it sounds like.
Yeah, but more than a bit of the shitter, I'd say. Where do I even begin? Seriously. I did some messed up things.
Messed up to you? Messed up in general?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Alright.
I'm not well at the minute. I don't know if Mira told you that.
You can roll an insight check.
Oh, I will. I'm scared. A Timu 20.
Yeah, Timu 20, she was not told about this, as you see a look of concern, kind of raised eyebrow looking at you.
Nice to know my mother can keep some things to herself. I kid. Don't tell her I said that, please. She will find me.
Remember, your mom told my mom, so the odds that something got lost in between was quite high during their tea times.
Mm-hmm.
We all know they
Usually
spike that.
is.
We all know they spike them.
100%. Well, no, both of them and old Miss Tallow. Those three women together, they'd frighten the hells themselves. Trust me.
Yeah.
No,
So
but yeah. Remember, I never showed you or told you, but since I was little, I've had this little scar on my palm, and he'll turn over his left hand and show her.
I think she takes your hand to examine it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of pulls a little bit closer. Her thumb kind of tracing along it. Okay.
There's not much I can tell you given that it's an active case, but you know about the new street drug running around, given your work in here, Astral Drift.
Yeah, we've had plenty of
Many cases, I bet.
patients coming in, ranging from... We had one guy who snorted it.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that.
It was impressive.
I know it is.
It didn't work the way that he thought it was going to work, because you have to eat it. It goes into your stomach, and then it goes into your bloodstream. I thought, oh, if I snort it, it'll be more potent. It didn't. He just now has rocks that are shafted up his nose, and myself and an intern spent 6 hours digging rocks out of this dude's nostril after we sedated him.
Yikes. Yikes, bud.
Ugh.
No, but, it started off, originally, about the size of a copper piece, right? Never thought nothing of it. It hurt once when I was a kid, when I found out, the day Mum and Dad told me I wasn't theirs, but I thought I was looking back, going through other emotions, so a kid's hurt is just hurt, right?
Mhm.
But since coming to the city recently with this new drug on the rise, my arm's been acting up with the more people I interact with that have the drug in the system. You've got one of our lead detectives in there as well. I invited him out for drinks, and they got caught in an unfortunate situation.
If they're who I think they are a hoot.
Rook is great. Always has been. So, since running into more cases and bodies and running in people, not just that have astral drift in their system, but I think it's my run-in theory, anyone who has any sort of time magic or something to do with it has just been making it grow. So what started off in my hand has now grown into my shoulder, and it has connected to my nerves and sinew. Now, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Usually, I wouldn't even bat an eyelid about it. Be cool, right? To have a kick-ass plant arm.
Would be pretty cool. Guess you could say you truly do
Would
have a
be.
green thumb.
Honestly, power just make me be working the fields.
Would it be working the fields
No.
if your arm is part of the field? Like you're then just like working yourself?
Exactly, but I'd be more proficient, I'd be better at it, and you wouldn't have to ever yell at me that I killed the crops this time or I messed up a certain patch of grass.
It was impressive how bad you were at growing some things growing up.
Listen, it wasn't my fault that I got drunk one night on your moonshine, may I remind you, that I decided to come back to my own house and start digging up lilacs and replanting lavender.
I'm
That's
just saying
on you.
Hey, that was good moonshine.
It was good. It was good moonshine. Honestly, if you have another batch, we've gotta get drinking that. But no, we're getting off topic.
Do I have another batch? Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
I've got a better batch now. It actually tastes good too.
All right. Well, we'll drink it tonight. No, but
do you have work tomorrow? Because I don't think we should drink it tonight if you have work tomorrow.
I can handle my liquor better than you these days. I drink you under the table.
Last time I checked, I drank so much that you were under the table, but like you said, we're getting beyond the point. You, your arm. This thing that's
My
growing
arm.
inside of you. Are you concerned about it? I mean, one of those things of, does it still hurt? Is it still causing pain? Or is it just a temporary pain and then goes away? Tell me a little bit more about it.
I get flashes of, at the minute, visions and things, and I'm seeing gardens in the skies, and it's a temporary, intense pain. But that's not the issue. I don't mind the pain. I can deal with the pain. Cal, you know me.
I do.
Thank you. Give me some respect and credit. Problem is what it is. And it ain't no normal vine or plant or poison ivy. It's poison some way, but it's not typical. It's growing. I think he takes a moment, takes a breath, Sundered bloom. Yep.
Interesting.
Well, I was hoping for a little bit more of a reaction than that, if I'm honest.
We were given notes about the Sundered Bloom after the situation in the gutterway, and one of the things that always bugged me was it was like it was dug up and planted in the person and then sapped all of its energy out. So I'm wondering if maybe because it was growing inside of you, that maybe instead of it being that volatile effect, maybe it's more cohabitating. I mean, we don't know all of what's going on with it, but there's a chance that maybe it will bloom and you'll be fine. There's the concern about the outbreak, right? 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've always thought about it, and there was something that always felt so off about it, was the age thing. Because, like, it didn't kill the old, it didn't kill the young, it didn't kill those that were above a certain age, and it didn't kill those that were below a certain age. It killed in between. It always confused me.
What, like a plant that is so specifically tailored for that age range? Yeah, it's strange. It's not exactly in.
I think there's more to it that we don't know.
Yeah.
We know where some of the earliest cases were. And, well, I hate to say it, but the villages that were closest to the Twilight Forest were the ones that got hit the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
I think it came from that forest, if anything. But what do I know? Just a nurse.
Right, your priests. They don't sell yourself short.
If I was to look for answers for it, I'd say go there. Maybe not just go there. That would be a really bad idea with all the rumors about it and getting trapped in there and whatnot. But I mean, there are people that have been in there. There are people that know the way. Stay on the path, and maybe you'll find something.
Maybe I can ask the captain for an excursion or something. Do some research and could be useful.
Well, if you need a nurse at least to come along, you know where I am. Probably would be very happy with getting some extra research in.
And you know, if anything goes wrong, I can always be on night in shining armor.
Last time I checked, I was your knight in shining armor, but I'm okay with being
And
the
you
damsel
still-
every once in a while.
Every once in a while, you still can be my knight in shining armor if you want. But no, I think you're right about the cohabitating space of my arm and this plant. And part of me wants to let it grow, let it finish what it's starting, and just get it over and done with. Whether that kills me or maybe it doesn't. Maybe I have a slim chance of living, but if it does kill me, I know we've only just reconnected after many years, but and this is a big ask, but I only trust you with this. There are some letters in my desk. I'll give you my address, and this time I won't go missing, I won't go hiding, and
I got
you'll
it.
know where I am.
I got it.
Yeah.
She kind of sits her hand on top of yours. Yeah. Cross my heart. She does that finger flick across her heart. I don't think the world's done with Rowan Thorn quite yet.
We'll have to see what the next chapter writes.
I think if you want to live, and you think you're gonna live, you'll just make it out of it. If you think you're gonna die, the odds of survival go down.
Isn't that what your mother said about if it walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, quacks like a duck, it must be a duck? You can't apply that to life and death. But
why not? Do you know how many patients I have told that and they have gotten better because of it, and also because I gave them better drugs?
Yeah, I think it might be the drugs in your kind, smiling, shining personality that made it.
Oh, come on. It might be a little bit of both, but
oh, definitely.
Listen. If you end up leaving this mortal plane, I will find a way to Ouija board your ass back here so that I can get you close enough to kick your ass one more time.
Kick my ass. Honey, I'm gonna be haunting your ass if I ever die. just so I can annoy you during your shift. Stop moving your drugs around.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Maybe Umbris would let you. But don't be a stranger, bro.
Yeah. I'll try not to be. Same goes for you, yeah? And
yeah, we have a lot to catch
no
up
matter
on.
we do.
I got a dog.
You did? Oh, come on, you didn't call me? Oh, you know I'm good with dogs and animals.
Maybe
That's
I'll he's a good boy.
They usually are.
Are you asking to also be, yes, Rowan, you two are a good boy? She
No, I'm not.
her
Don't
hair.
you? Wow. I think he just nudges her. It's very playful, and there's a little bit of country farm Rowan that sneaks back into his city life. At the minute, is he just messing around with Cal? I think he just nudges her a little too hard, though.
I don't weigh as much as I used to. Ah.
Oh, boo-hoo, get over it. You'll be fine.
Yeah. She just punches you right in the arm, just real hard.
Alright, at least go for my right arm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said that you couldn't feel because it was connected to your nerves.
I'm still delicate. You can't hurt a man's feelings like this. Ego bruising and all. I'm still a detective at the end of the day. I've got a reputation.
Speaking of a man's feelings.
Oh, go on.
Haven't talked about the cerulean elf. What's her name?
Lavinia Valathorn.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Like, the Valathorns?
Valathorn. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh, and did I mention... Yeah, buddy. And did I mention her best friend and one of my own is Adelaide Montgomery, too?
I think she just gives you this look of like, are you for real? Are you...
He just kind of raises his brow. Mm-hmm.
You're telling me the owner of the place that I work is one of your friends?
Yeah, I think so.
And what do they think
No, I've
about
not been
all
much of
this?
I haven't told him. Yeah,
Flicks
not really.
you right on the forehead.
Ah, come on.
They're your friends. Trust them.
I do, but if I die, not if, when, and don't hit me. Don't give me that look.
She's like pulling it back. She's like,
Listen, everyone dies eventually. Let's just go with this. When I die, if it's on the force, doing my job, I know it's dangerous. Adelaide would pore over every research book, study to bring me back. If she finds out that I die because of this thing in my arm. Similarly with Livy. Both of them would go through the hells themselves, fight Asmodeus, fight Astrael even, to bring me back.
who?
God of Chained God was fighting at the minute who has something to do with Sundered Worm, but I'll get into that detail later.
Okay.
But that's not the point. They'd do anything to bring me back. And I appreciate the sentiment, I really do. Truly.
Do you now
But
want
I don't
to
need
come
'em.
back?
I don't know. Part of me doesn't anymore.
You want to get
Part of
into
me's
that?
tired. I don't know, you've got a flask of moonshine on you now.
They don't let us bring alcohol inside of research
This
grounds.
research was... The fact that's your reasoning is, you realize, slightly insane. You shouldn't bring it anyway because you're working and you are. That should be your first and foremost.
Steady's
no,
my hands. Damn.
Yeah. I know. I started something with Livy. We've known each other for 7 years. We've
Ooh.
been flirting. Yeah, the academy. We were flirting. We've got to know each other, but both of them come from two very different worlds than I do, and I'm fine with that. And wealth is no excuse or no reason not to be with someone. But both of them are chained by expectation and society. And I selfishly want them to live, to not be chained by that shit. I'm not. And that's easier for me, of course. I'm a different social bracket completely.
Did you
But
think,
do
you think maybe you doing that chained them as well?
Yeah, a little. He wants to be tied to a farm boy who has no reputation, no footing in anything, who has dirt constantly plastered on their face. And don't tell me I know I still have it.
You do, but what it sounds like is this Livy was more than happy to accept you into her life and to take the farm boy and all your quirks and kooks.
Yeah, she was.
So why did you say no?
Because I will break her heart when I do something reckless and stupid and I die. I burn bright.
Hey, bro.
I burn fast. Yeah, go on.
Do you know how stupid you sound right now?
Yeah, I know. I sound dumb as fuck, dude.
Yeah, but do you know why you sound dumb as fuck?
No, but you're gonna tell me.
I am gonna tell you. Now you listen, and you listen good. You are like sunlight to these people. You are a joy to be around, and you bring joy wherever you go. But I think, and I might be crazy saying this, but you haven't given yourself space to feel your own joy in a long time. And I think that in doing so, you've closed yourself off to, well, everyone else around you. So, now I just need you to answer this yes or no. Does Livy make you happy?
And I think he just stares at her for a hot second because he wants to say yes immediately, but I think she noticed that he does stop himself. Can I plead the fifth?
Oh, that tells me everything I need to know, and what that means is that you are lying to yourself. So, now I'm not telling you to go kiss and make up, literally. What I am telling you is to maybe take some time, set some boundaries, and explain how much joy they mean to you. Both of them. And stop overcomplicating it with this. Kind of points at your head. And start letting it be less complicated with this. She kind of points right at your heart. Kind of taps you on the chest.
You do know both of those things complicate the matter, right? And I would go tell him how much they mean to me. But, I told Livy that I don't see a future with her. I've already, put the nail in the coffin there.
I think you just see her sigh and put her head in hand for a moment, just like, you fucking okay, yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, listen, I care about them both a lot. I care about a lot of people, a lot. My team, my precinct, you, Mom and Dad, trust me, I care and I feel joy. I saw Bran and Whisk and Sable and Zephyr I hadn't seen them in like 4 years. And I felt joy. I had that brief moment of happiness. And I feel joy when I go to work and I've seen you. But I am, like you said, joy to people and sunshine. And I think all I've known is to be steady, right? You can throw a brick at me, tree roots, trip me up, and I'm fine. I will be fine. Both, honestly, physically and emotionally. And, I got to thank Oren for that. But those two women have so much on their plate, Cal. Come on, imagine being the granddaughter of a Valethrone. Imagine being the heir to the Montgomery estate. That's a lot of pressure. And behind closed doors. Those women deserve any bit of respite they get. And I am happy to give that to them. Always. But maybe you're right. Maybe I need to start, I don't know, setting boundaries and figuring out what's going on in my own head.
Listen, Ro. Sounds like you need to be able to take a second and breathe, for one. Just, hell, cry it out. And maybe, you want to be that steady person for them. But I think also kind of get off your high horse a little bit. They are people too.
Yeah, I know they don't need protecting, but
I'm not saying protection.
Oh, no.
I'm saying all this talk about the airs and this gaudiness. You think that they don't hear that all the time? And that maybe they just want someone that they can talk to that doesn't look at them like that? That treats them like an equal, just like anybody else? That doesn't put their last name as the first reaction to seeing them?
Yeah. And I do. I don't care about that shit, Cal.
It sounds like you do. So you might want to figure that one out.
I care about what I bring to them. Go on, you seriously think they want to... She wants to tie herself to... I know you said she cares about...
Have you
tying
asked
herself
her?
to me. In some way, kind of, and... Yeah, she said she'd wait and let me figure shit out, and we take it slow. Then the shit with Yom started happening.
Have you kissed her?
Yes, I did kiss her. I've kissed her, and then I nearly took her to bed, and then our first kiss, Cal, was me attempting to deflect. You know how shitty that makes me? As a person, that I wanted to do that. I wanted to kiss her, even though it felt like holding the sun in my arms. And my first thought, whilst I was kissing her, was to make her stop questioning me and asking me what was going on in my head. That I used my charm to flirt with her? Only to later to break her heart? What kind of monster does that?
Hey, you're not a monster.
An emotional one, maybe.
It sounds like you needed to step away from the situation, recollect yourself, and then come back into it. It sounds like you all need someone to talk to that's an intermediary that's not so bogged down with everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear a little beeping going off. She looks down. That means break's done.
Shit. I didn't mean to go off. I was meant to ask about how you've been aside from getting a dog.
Listen,
Sorry.
it's fine. We have plenty of time to talk tonight. We have plenty of time to talk in the future, because you ain't dying on me anytime soon.
All right. All right.
Yeah. She'll lean forward, kiss you on the cheek. Go out there. Well, probably stay in here. Don't want you getting hurt. Think
Mhm.
about everything. And talk it through and figure it out. Sounds like you have a winning woman waiting for you. The last thing you need is getting in your own way.
Yeah. You're right. Oh. Take us somewhere now. Oh, no. We'll talk later about it.
Of course. She'll hop out of the truck, has the door open and looks at you. I love you. I forgive you. And you're a badass. She'll close the door.
I think he calls out from the truck as she's walking away back to probably the research center, back to her shift. He just yells out from the window because his window's definitely down, and he'll just yell, "I love you. I forgive you. You kick ass."
She walked backwards, flips you off, and then walks into the center. And with that, we will end tonight's session. And we will be back in 2 weeks to talk to Rook. All right.